people up in here.
You going on YouTube or you just going to the pound?
We're going to YouTube, baby.
All right.
YouTube. Okay, let's get the people up in here and get them coming. What's up, family? How you guys doing? See y'all coming up in here. Slowly but surely. What's going on? What's up, Vengeance? Can you hear me, my brother? Am I loud and clear? Can you hear me crystal clear? Let me know if you can hear me crystal clear. What's up? What's up, everybody? I see you in here. What's up, Non-Bigness? Darnell Wedge, what's good? Y'all all right this evening? Oh, I'm chilling, okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, we got Reggie Wright on the phone. What's up, Reggie? How you feeling, brother?
Oh man, cool. Got through watching that Chronicle out here on the West Coast. They starting off with the beginning of the Death Row and how they started off. Seems like they're doing a good job so far, I think. What y'all think?
Oh, I think it's great. You know? What's up, family?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the family saying, oh, yeah, it's pretty much good, everybody. 100. We ain't got no hate. No haters in the building. They ain't came in yet. you know. Every time I do a goddamn a fucking stream, you know the haters are gonna show up. They might be a little late, but them motherfucking haters are gonna come in. It's gonna be one or two of them motherfuckers gonna come in. You got somebody say fire. It was on point. Yes, we on point.
Yeah. It's gonna get even better. You know, they haven't got into the days with Tupac yet.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like season 2 the next two series gonna deal with Pop.
Okay.
So yeah, it's looking good.
Most
looking good.
Okay, somebody said better than the A&E. Well, I tell you that better than the A&E was coming. Don't think it's airing in the UK. Damn, nah, I don't know if it's over there in the UK, but it's popping over here in America. Now, Regs, what year did you get over to Death Row? Okay, I seen.
No, I didn't start until Murder Was the Case, which was like 95.
Okay.
So they were mainly into 92, 93, 94.
Oh, okay.
So they haven't got really into me yet.
Okay.
And I came in like the end of 94, 95, and then I didn't really start taking over the company deal with the company business until Suge went to jail, which was like 97.
Mm-hmm.
So, you probably got a little ways to go. Probably in the middle of next season. I mean, the next series, they may show me a little more.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, you never know how they do it once they edit. And like I said, I talk for about 3-4 hours, but who knows what they're gonna use. I saw they showed a little glimpse of me, just a little, talking about the Stanley brothers.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I wanted to ask you about them cats because that's in my question. That's right here that I got wrote down. You know what is the deal? Those were Dre boys, right? The Stanley Boys, and who are the fuck are they?
Well, they were they wasn't. They were just some dudes from New York that came to the studio. But see, that was the problem with Suge. Nobody knew who Suge really was. Mm-hmm. Everybody always thought it was Dre. They only knew Death Row as Dre. Even Mr. Lay said that this is Death Row right here. When she made that little crack. But everybody back in the day thought Death Row was just Dr. Dre. That's all they knew because nobody knew who Suge Knight was.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he told them to get off the phone, because it wasn't really so much because that was for Harrio, like they alluded to. I think Chocolate said. Mm-hmm. But it was mainly because back then phone bills was high. Cell phones and phone bills was high. They don't have all this unlimited stuff like they do now.
Mm-hmm.
And so Big Griffey and Solar Records was always on Suge about the bills, like just cost and everything, because money was slow.
Right.
And so Suge kind of walked in and told him, "Hey, get off the phone. Get off the phone." And so he just kept walking, though. So they kind of, on the dramatization, it was a little off. He just kept walking after he told him to get off the phone. But he had cameras in his office. Mm-hmm. And he was looking and seeing the dude still on his phone, So, Suge came back with his gun in his hand. And, he told him, hey, did I tell you to get off the phone? And the Stanley brothers was like, nigga, fuck you. Who are you? This is Dre shit. Who are you?
Wow.
And then that's when Suge got to show him who he was. And he acted a fool. I mean, he stripped those boys down. I mean, that's why they almost put a robbery case on him. I think initially they started him for a robbery case because he made those niggas get naked.
So you mean
so
you mean to tell me these niggas, after they were in the wrong, got the gun pulled on them, a shot fired off in the ground or whatever, and Suge told them to get the fuck out. These motherfuckers ran and found the police and brought the police back.
Yep. And the only reason that they were able to file the charges on Suge was because they found that bullet. Because, it's pretty much hearsay. Everybody was saying something different. But I remember him telling me that they found that bullet lodged in the studio somewhere, when he kind of shot by the head or something like that, where the gun went off to scare him.
Wow.
But, they were kind of clueless too. So, they ain't had no clothes on, so they needed some clothes. So they probably just wanted to get their clothes back.
Hell no. So
that's why Suge got that's why he got those 2 strikes. He got 2 strikes on him behind that because it was 2 victims, 2 different, the 2 brothers.
Wow.
Yeah.
So these cats, they didn't, they pressed charges. They didn't walk away or just said, we're gonna forget about it. They really pursued this shit, or was it that the DA picked it up?
Well, they pursued it. Fortunately for Suge in Death Row, he had a cool DA, and that's where the Larry Longo stuff come in. If you ever do the history or know about Larry Longo, and he gave Suge a sweet deal because Suge had already had a couple of cases. He had just beat the murderer in Vegas, and he had got in trouble with some when he was on a people don't talk about this one much. When he had a federal case where he called Vegas, he called one of his boys in Vegas. Because in Vegas, California, we got some crazy gun laws where it take us 10 days to get guns and all of that stuff. And he called, and they had him on a tape phone call where he ordered up. That's what he was on federal probation for. He ordered up 2 guns, one for Dre and one for Snoop for the tour.
Right.
And they were both felons.
Okay.
And he said over the phone, "I need these for Dre and Snoop." And so now there was something where he was ordering up guns and got, ordering up guns for a felon. So he was on federal probation for that. He was on. He had caught a cocaine case where he had some cocaine in a glove department, and then he had that case, and he got joint suspension. So once everybody looked into it, it was like, wait a minute, what the hell? He got joint suspension, and then they suspended most of his time and stuff like that, and gave him probation again. And so that's why Larry Longo, who was really looking out for his daughter to get a recording deal, her name was Gina Longo. That's why it was a lot of suspicion, and that's why the DA went so hard on him on the probation violation. Now, I remember this happened during this probation violation because they wanted the DA so bad at the time because they, Suge gave his daughter a recording contract, and was also renting his house for $25,000 a month, a spot in Malibu, in the Colony, which is that's like the premier place to be in Malibu. That's where Larry Hagman and what was that dude's name? Well, he was a big time producer. That's where all the rich motherfuckers live, in the Colony.
Okay.
And so we was renting a spot in the Colony, and the guy that played Bugsy, what's his name? Bugsy Siegel. But anyway, they all lived in the Colony, and that's when they all became friends and stuff like that. But they found out Suge was renting this house from this DA that was supervising his probation. And so that's when they was pretty much, and that's one thing I got to give Suge where he stands strong at. They told him that he would have to do. They would drop the probation violation on him if he had testified against Kenner and Longo about the deal and he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. And then that's when the judge gave him 9 years for the probation violation.
Well, that was stand
up.
up.
Stood up on that.
Yeah, he was stand up guy on that one. So this is the moral of the story with these Stanley brother motherfuckers people is that everybody that's running out here talking about, oh, I'm a hard nigga, you know what I'm saying? You run up on them and test their ass and you see what happened. They run to the police. And it's a lot of you motherfuckers on YouTube that do that shit when you be talking that old slick shit out the side of your mouth in these comments. So we gonna move on now. This is now let's talk now. Keefe D. Okay, somebody asking about Keefe D. Admitted to being in the car supposedly the rode on Tupac. Okay, so somehow I would think that Keefe has some type of immunity deal in play.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you elaborate and tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. When they came, Greg Kadings, the task force that Greg Kadings and them was on, they were all about really trying to solve, to get the reputation or to get the theories that's out there that LAPD officers, to prove or disapprove, that LAPD officers had something to do with the Rampart. The Rampart officers had something to do with the killing of Biggie Small. I don't know if people remember when Ms. Wallace had a $400 million lawsuit filed against the city of Los Angeles. That way to bankrupt the city of Los Angeles if that judgment would have went through. Or if the jury would have found that to be guilty. So they had this task force set up to prove or disapprove that that the Rampart cops did or did not have something to do with it. So within the investigation, they was investigating myself and Shug and Keefe D. Those were the theories that was out there. Okay. I was throwing out there the Southside Crips, and people, Randall Sullivan and them were throwing out Reggie and Shug and all of that.
Right.
Or had something to do with. We talking about just the murder of Biggie, not so much Tupac.
Right.
Because that was a Las Vegas thing.
Okay, right. Now this is Kenneth McLain and this motherfucker, and he's straight fact checking that shit for real. So Kenneth, you right. He just said that was for Biggie, not for Tupac, because that's the Vegas thing. And Kenneth and this motherfucker, he's going. I'm looking at him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kenneth, no, I'm straightforward. I don't be lying. But anyway, that's what they were mainly trying to prove or disprove.
Right.
And so, during the investigation, they found out, and that's when Big Keefe goes and say, "Hey, on the tapes, we responsible for this one, but we ain't responsible for that one."
Right.
What he was talking about, and that's what they thought he was going to cop out to being responsible for the Biggie one.
Right.
But where he turned out that he was talking about, he was responsible for the Tupac one.
Right.
And that's when they kind of threw him for a loop, like, whoa, what's going on? So then that's when that investigation started. But they did have an immunity agreement based on not the murders, but because they had Keefe on a drug case,
right,
or transporting some either some germ or cocaine, I forget what it is. But they had him where him and his family would be doing L right now in the federal penitentiary. And so they pretty much offered him a deal because they didn't care about drugs. They was mainly on it for the prove or disprove the theory about the Rampart cops.
Right.
And so they gave him a deal, immunity deal, and he laid that out.
Okay.
But still, so they laid that out, and he cops out to the Tupac murder. So they're like, okay, but they there really to solve the Biggie murder.
Okay.
And so then that's when they owe me. And so they owe me and Shug and this girl named Teresa Swan, we'll call her.
No.
And so Teresa Swan had some things where they got her on the case and they arrested her.
Mm-hmm.
Me, they came. They said, "Okay, we've been following you for a year or two, but we need to talk to you because we believe this, and this."
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when I lawyered up and said, "Hey, wait a minute, hold on. I need to, get my attorney, and then we'll come down there and talk to you." And they was like, "Okay, cool." They said, so once my attorney and everybody got involved, people don't know that they offered me an immunity deal.
Mm-hmm.
I told them I don't need no immunity deal. I don't need it. I don't have anything to deal with it. They had me take a polygraph. Took the polygraph.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when my girl, Teresa Swan, she called me crying one day.
Right.
Well, she got arrested, but they let her go. They knew what they were going to do. They just told her, "Well, hey, we're going to come and holler at you in a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Get an attorney, and because we're not really here for whatever they had her on. She's doing some credit card stuff or something. I forget what it was. But this ain't what we're here for. We're here for this Biggie stuff."
Right.
And they did what they did. So they did something where they did a letter,
mm-hmm.
like Poochie wrote a letter, laying out shit. What they had already heard or suspected, right?
Right.
And she got stupid. She got stupid on us, and she broke down, started crying, and started crying. And so that's when she called me, and that's why I always have respect for Greg. She called me, and by then they had already offered me an immunity deal and this and this and this. And I said, "Hey, okay, well, y'all know what's the real now. I took this polygraph test. I did this and did this. The same deal that y'all offer me, can y'all offer it to her?"
Right.
And they did. And so, I guess you have to read the rest of Murder out to see what happened from that. Or you'll see that on the Unsolved, the Unsolved show on USA, how that went. But that's basically how that went. Okay. To make a long story short, I guess your question was, but QPD did have an immunity agreement, and he worked. I mean, he went to New York and tried to meet with Zip, Von Zip, and everything. They worked him like a dog.
Oh, so they worked him to make sure that he was doing his thing. Okay.
The stuff that they told, the stuff that he was selling was true.
Okay.
They worked him. They got tape recordings and everything with Von Zip and him talking. Where he kind of said he was out of the game, but he turned him on to his nephew because that's what I guess Keefe used to have a connection with them.
Okay.
That's this dude out of New York.
Okay. Now somebody asked
that had a relationship with the South Side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, somebody, you cool. Somebody asked a question, that all the key players that were involved with the Biggie and the Tupac situation, all of them are dead. A lot of the people are dead. Does that kind of seem strange to you?
Well, the trigger people.
Yeah, the
trigger people are dead.
Yeah, the trigger people, yeah.
So who do you blame the most? The trigger people or the people that put up the money or put it out there for it to happen?
I would say, Bert, you would have to blame both because the person who put up the money, if they hadn't put up the money, the trigger people wouldn't have went and did what they did. So you gotta, the money. If the money didn't come into play, the triggers wouldn't have came into play. And that's how I look at it. So that's how I'm looking at it.
So by saying that on Biggie, I don't think the key person is dead.
Oh, okay.
But
bombshell. Bombshell.
Well, that's where that Ice-T stuff come in. That's where that dry snitch come in.
Right. Okay.
Because if you read the Murder Rap book and no Murder Rap book, then you know that somebody else was at the head of it, the art of the orchestration.
Okay.
Of that, or at least made the request for that to go down.
Okay.
If you believe that Poochie is responsible for it.
Okay. All right here.
Yeah.
All right. So now, but just to clear it up once
Now,
again.
now, no Tupac.
Yeah.
Now, no Tupac. 3 of the 4 are dead, and that's just some gang shit. That's just a beat down. I call it 2+2, but that's just a beat down. The niggas going, jumped in the car and retaliated.
So three of the 4 niggas that was in that car is dead.
Dead. Done. Gone.
Done.
One died by rat poisoning. One got killed in a marijuana dispensary. And the other one got killed in a shootout, trying to have a shootout with some dudes that he believed owed him some money that he saw at a car wash.
Now, when you say rat poisoning for one of them that got killed with rat poisoning, how did do you know any details of that one? Did a girlfriend do that shit, or
Yeah, yeah. That's Big Dre was his name. Okay. That was like Orlando's best friend, and he died. He ate some rat poison. His girlfriend, I believe, got arrested, but she didn't get convicted or anything on it. But she was suspected in that. Orlando got caught up in the shooting at the car wash, where some dudes from Corner Pocket Crip gang, they saw the Stone Brothers, and they got into a shootout over some drug money, owing some money or a robbery or something like that, behind some drugs. And then T-Bone Tyrone, he got killed, and he was working in a marijuana dispensary in Compton, and they robbed it. I think it was a robbery that went down, and some people they knew, and they killed him. And then Keefy D, he's still alive, and I'll go see him probably by tomorrow.
Yeah,
and he's gonna be talking tomorrow.
Yeah, he got cancer. He has cancer, right?
And they said he got cancer, so yeah.
So wow, this is kind of crazy, right? Now everybody that was involved so far in the Tupac murder ain't looking too good. 3 is dead. 1 from rat poisoning. 1 from being in a dispensary, getting robbed, gets killed. Other idiot was in a shootout with someone that he thought owed him money. And now Keefy D has cancer. That seems like shit.
Correct.
Seemed like karma to me. For real. Straight karma. Okay. So now let's move a little forward now. Okay, now EazyE, the pioneer of this shit. If it wasn't for EazyE, there wouldn't be no Dr. Dre. There wouldn't be no.
Didn't EazyE look a little sweet in that part they had? He looked a little EazyE looked a little gay in that shot they showed up.
Nah, not
EazyE.
Not EazyE.
Yeah, EazyE looked a little sweet.
Nah, EazyE looked like he was laughing a little bit, like shit, y'all niggas, I'm finna get paid off y'all niggas. That's the look he had. Nah, honestly, okay, now EazyE, you really don't hear too much about EazyE or Suge talking about EazyE that much, but now in the little documentary we saw, okay, now I didn't know this, and I didn't into just listening and watching it, that they say EazyE did not back down. He was tough with Suge and them, even though with the baseball bats and getting, beat down a little bit, he was still tough. Did anybody ever talk about that?
That was the person that worked for EazyE. That's just like me. I don't say, oh yeah, Suge went back down. He didn't do that. That dude worked, he say A&R, but I can't say an old fat white man was A&R for Ruthless Records. So I don't know what he did, but he called himself A&R. But that probably was Jerry Heller, boy.
Yeah, that was Jerry
because y'all didn't notice,
that was Jerry Heller.
Okay, that's who he was? Okay.
Yeah, what was his
they looked alike.
Yeah, his name was Gary Ballin, that was his name. Yeah. That's Jerry Heller's cut.
I don't know if y'all heard me. I talked about Mike Klein before. That's that dude I told y'all run the JDL, the Jewish Defense League.
Yeah.
All those Jewish attorneys in L.A. He runs them still today. That was a recent, that was a recent interview of him. Mike Klein is no joke. Matter of fact, he was the one that had the logos and all of that. So, matter of fact, I was cool with him up until he was helping me to try to get the money on my Big Simon stuff with my little Jewish people. I need to reconnect back with him, but McLain, he runs them. He makes a phone call and your shit'll get all tore up with the Jewish attorney. He was like, "What the hell?"
So now, is it true that Mike Klein told Suge Knight, "I will cut you up into pieces and put you all over Compton"? Did he really tell Suge that shit?
He didn't tell Suge that, but David Kennerfield feared Mike Klein, and so. You know, we gotta remember we don't care about no JDL. We think we, blood, Crips out here. You know, that's why the mob stuff don't work out here too much. But because of David Kenner's fear of him so much, and the influence that he had over Suge and us, and the Jimmy Iovines and all of those people, you kind of had to bow down to his BS. You know. Because you couldn't trust him. You couldn't trust David Kenner or behind Mike Klein because, David Kenner, Mike Henry sent some dudes up to the office one time, and they were coming down the stairs with David Kenner on the elevator. And so happened we got on the elevator. We were just coming in the elevator at the same time, and the dudes just walked away. And Kenner was like, "Oh, y'all just saved my life. Y'all just saved my life. These niggas was about to take me somewhere."
Oh shit! So Mike Klein.
I was trying to say.
So Mike Klein is the real deal.
No, that was behind Harrio, but that was behind Harrio. But but no Mike Klein. But those Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy Iovine would have did stuff to us behind Mike Klein and stuff, and then Jimmy was an Italian or something like that. I don't even think he had any Jewish connections. But I know Ted Fields did, So Mark Benish and all of them, they were scared of Mike. Yeah, but Mike was the man. He still is the man. He still got some juice out there.
Oh, okay. So now, because he said EazyE. Mike, he said, hey, EazyE, he was small in stature, but he was, in so many words, was trying to say Easy was about his. So now, let me ask you, now, okay, you was around Dre a little bit, right? Now,
yeah.
Did Dre,
like I said, after Murder was the case,
right?
Dog Pound, stuff like that, Dog Pound album, but California Love at the beginning. That's when he started breaking weight. Once Tupac came, he excuse me, he probably left. I think that separation went in about March of '96, something like that. When Dre left,
right?
Yeah.
So
sometime like that.
Okay, so now in Death Row, did anybody ever speak on EazyE? Talk about EazyE or mention him? Because Eazy was getting money out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what Eazy say. But if y'all know, the lawsuit didn't get dropped until, that's what Eazy said, but the lawsuit didn't get dropped until Eazy died.
Right.
It was still a lawsuit pending in federal court. So how can you get money and you got a lawsuit still pending,
Okay.
So. But once he passed away, that's when the lawsuit got dropped. Now, he did that song about EazyE is still a payday or something like that.
Dre Day is.
Now, I don't know if y'all.
Payday?
Yeah, Dre Day is. Yeah. And so we don't know what deal that Brian Turner at Priority Records made with Eazy, because Eazy, because they kept an override. Brian Turner kept an. If y'all notice, still today, Universal have never distributed. If y'all look on the back of the Chronic 2001, any of the Death Row albums that was done by Dre, Priority Records was the distribution company.
Okay.
And so I think they had a lifetime distribution deal with, I think that's the deal that Suge made with Priority Capitol Records.
Okay.
And so that's why I really believe Dre hadn't put out the album, because he didn't want to give them any more money.
Oh, okay. D Block in the house, getting the haters up out of here. Good look, D Block. Okay. my right hand man. Now,
We got some haters already.
you know the haters are going. You know what, man? I got power over these motherfuckers. I love my haters. Them motherfuckers, when they see me live, them motherfuckers pop up in this motherfucker. That's what I love about them. See, I tell the haters, God damn it, it ain't about the subscribers, you dumb motherfucker. It's about the views. I get paid off the views, you dumb fucks. So every time you click that
motherfucker. That's what I tell John all the time. Let them come.
Let them come.
Let them come. Let them say what they got to say.
Let them come, God damn it. Because it's all about the motherfucking views. It ain't about the subscribes. So come on in. I love them.
Yeah.
I love them motherfuckers. Real talk. But now, like Jimmy Iovine did say, okay, I cut the check. He said, I cut the check to EazyE. And you know, we made an arrangement, and we cut the check. So it was a check cut.
Yeah.
We just don't know how much the check was cut.
Yeah, and I really believe he was talking too about Harrio too.
Yeah.
Because they paid Michael Harrio off too. And that's why when he came and did the second lawsuit, it was quite crazy because it was like, hey, we already gave you $350,000.
Wait a minute.
Why you want some more money?
You mean to tell me Harrio settled for $300,000 off of $1.5 million?
Interscope.
Oh, with Interscope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Harrio, see, that's the bullshit with Harrio. And Harrio didn't have any more money. Harrio was broke. But what happened was Harrio had connections, and he put people like Pat Johnson and people like that, and said, "Hey, invest in this company. Give this money to David Kenner. Invest your money." And that's what Harrio did. So Harrio, you know, his fighting that case had pretty much drained at him. But you know, he still had connections and stuff like that. And so he really pretty much brokered connections. And you got to remember, he was David Kenner was Harrio boy originally. It wasn't so much Suge boy. That was David was Harrio's guy. And then you know, then Suge and you know, David got even closer and closer as it went by, as the time went by, and they kind of did the do-low on Harrio. But it was like Harrio just went and got money from places and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's out there. Interscope settled with Interscope and Death Row settled in '95 or '96 with Harrio.
Okay.
And then that's when the feds came at Harrio, and he re-upped the lawsuit. And the only reason Suge got the judgment, Harrio got the judgment against him, was because Suge wouldn't respond. But by then, David Kenner was gone, I was gone, and Suge, you know, Suge was a creative genius. Suge didn't deal with attorneys and stuff like that. He, you know, he needed somebody to kind of say, "Hey, dog, we got to deal with this. We got to deal with this."
Okay.
And he never dealt with it, and the judge just said, "Okay, he's not showing up. He's not doing nothing. Let me put him out of business." And he did a $107 million judgment against me.
So did
$107 million.
Why wasn't anybody there to say, "Suge, you better get your motherfucking ass to court. Quit bullshitting because they're going to take everything"? Why wasn't no one there to say that?
Reggie and David had left. Those are the only two constant people in his life. It was David Kenner first. And then after he wanted David just to concentrate on getting him out of jail, it was he and I.
Wow, okay.
And by that time we both were gone, and he was just out there running, having parties, believing the hype.
Yeah, okay. So that's what Suge was doing. He was doing parties and shit like, hey, fuck everything else. I'm doing.
You see, he started getting the videos. Look at that. Look at that video he did with in that Eddie Griffin soundtrack. He all in that video.
Yeah, and that's what he
criticized. You see him, dancing on the dance floor in that video.
Yeah, he criticized Puffy for that shit.
But then he came home and got on that. He went Hollywood on us. But yeah, well, I don't want to talk about him because, like I said, you see all those good things he did.
Yeah.
You know, in the stuff in the beginning.
Yeah, he did a lot of good stuff.
He saved those dudes. He caught cases. Like I said, mainly every case that he ever caught was always coming for defending or dealing with somebody else. Every time he got in trouble, it was always him trying to go to Dre or somebody defend.
Now, Mario Chocolate Johnson. Okay, did you personally know him? Did you meet him? Have any run-ins with him?
No,
Huh?
no, no.
Okay.
I didn't know Chocolate. I just know the stories from Suge.
Okay.
And like he said, Suge even admits he never hung him over no balcony or something. He just always said he looked down and said, "Boy, that's a long way down there, huh?" And that wife was like, "Yeah."
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. That's
Yeah. So.
Okay, so Suge then. So basically, Vanilla Ice is the motherfucker who told this lie and said that Suge did this to him, because I remember seeing that shit years ago when he was like, "Oh, I needed a diaper that day." So Vanilla Ice did that. Okay,
I
he
never
did
heard him say he hung him over the balcony either. I never heard that myth
Oh
from
yeah,
Vanilla. Vanilla always tried to.
nah.
He did say it.
Yeah.
I never heard it.
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
it. He said that shit. He said he was hung
Okay.
over the balcony. He said it.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Well, no, Suge always told me he just looked down, took him in, and they looked down and said, "Boy, that's a long way down."
Wow.
Vanilla was like, "Okay."
Yeah, I believe Mario because Mario was like, okay, I was there. Okay, this is the myth. It didn't happen. But needless to say that he's still eating good off of the royalties off of Ice Ice Baby. Am I right or am I wrong?
Oh yeah. Shit, him and him are still going to perform their songs.
Oh yeah.
They be touring all the time. They just stopped touring about a year ago with it. I'm sure they're gonna start it back up again.
Okay.
And him and Vanilla Ice was touring together, and they were doing their, they were doing their thing in shows. Little white kids, and they were mainly going in the suburbs area, Utah and stuff like that. Was performing and selling out crowds with that. So yeah.
Yeah, so
they still winning with that.
Yeah, and he's still getting streams. The streams off of that is still nice too, and then every time he remixes the song to a hard rock beat or whatever, Mario still's getting paid. So yes, Mario's gonna get paid for the rest of his life, and that's gonna go on to his kids, grandkids, and great grandkids. That's great business tactics. Some of you motherfuckers are getting screwed in the game, and this guy's doing the right fucking thing, did the right thing, and had Suge Knight in his corner because he was finna take only $100,000, and Suge said, "Nah, you ain't gonna take that. $100,000 back in the '90s, that was like shit. What $1 million is worth today, real."
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta remember those dudes were signing their life and their deals away for gold chains and stuff like that. That's what DLC got his. He did his record deal for a gold chain.
Yeah.
I talked to Doc about that. A gold chain.
Yeah, and I was tripping. Big Dre was only getting 2 cents. All of them was only getting 2 cents off of each record sale. That was they was getting robbed.
Yeah, artists still today, Tupac and Dre and them have a great deal. They get like 20 cents. But you remember how many people was in the NAA? You remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
Like what, red, yellow. So by the time you break, and then the only problems they ever had, you had red, yellow, Ice Cube, EazyE,
Dre,
but their manager and Dre. So you had like 6 people. So that was 12 cents right there. And then you had EazyE, not EazyE, Jerry getting paid. That's what the biggest argument was. He was getting paid like an artist. And so he probably was getting 2 cents too. So I really think they were talking about producer credit though on the 2 cent.
Okay.
But I don't know. Yeah, because 2 cents, 2 points, whatever. A big name producer now only get about 4 points on the album.
Now this is a good question from Kenneth McLain. I'm trying to catch them as they come, right? Does Dr. Dre still make any money off of the Chronic, Nothing But a G thing, anything from Death Row? Is he seeing any money?
Okay, that's a good question. We are, and that's kind of how I've been working with E1. And I don't know what the outcome of it was, but when we did the separation agreement with Dre in '96, it said that Dre would not receive any more royalties or anything from anything that he produced or performed on with Death Row Records. He was just walking away with nothing. You don't get nothing else, nothing. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
But then once Suge lost the catalog, and because they would never mess with Suge. they were just like, okay, I don't even fuck that nigga. But once he lost the catalog, they sued Wide Awake.
Mm-hmm.
And he won. Dr. Dre did.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a lawsuit out there, probably like 2004 or something like that, where he sued for his royalties and back pay on the royalties and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
With E1, they were in some negotiations and settlement. I was in the middle of it. I did a deposition on it, but I don't know the outcome of it. But I'm pretty sure they just probably paid it, and what they care.
Yeah.
They just put the money aside anyway, so they just probably paid him off and probably didn't give him a little bit back pay or whatever, and did it. But I don't know the outcome of that lawsuit. But there was a lawsuit filed in like 2004, 2005 by Dre.
Okay.
By Dr. Dre, his attorney Howard Key filed it.
Okay. Somebody say he got his money. Now I was looking like in the beginning of the Chronicle, right? And it showed this big ass vault with all of the music. There was Death Row's catalog in there. What was that?
Yeah, that's called the Pacific Archives.
Right. Was that?
That's where all the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm saying was that?
There's a place called Pacific Archives.
Okay, was that a prop?
Sorry, I'm sorry, keep talking over you.
Was that a props or was that the real shit?
No. It's a place called Pacific Archives.
Mm-hmm.
They keep all the music, all the movies and everything where you go and have it stored at.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I heard a lot of that stuff got leaked from an employee that worked at the Pacific Archives.
Mm-hmm.
Is the one that put it together and stole it, the Tupac stuff, and did it. But that's like a storage place for all your DVDs. It's supposed to be real fireproof and 24-hour security and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's where we used to store the music at. That's what dads always brag about, how I used to give him authorization to go to the Pacific Archives and get stuff. I later changed it to make this dude named Butch Small. What was Butch last name? I think it was Small. Yeah. But a guy named Butch, I only gave him authorization to be the one to go and get stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, I let people like the producers and stuff and dads go in there and pick out stuff because we didn't know what we had.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the guy John Payne does now for E1 Entertainment. Okay. He was an old engineer, and he kind of like he was the guy Virgil Robertson, Dick Griffey and their boy back in the day, and so he kind of the person that kind of doing that now for E1 Entertainment. In fact, they got a CD coming out that he put together, and I was just talking to Alan about that today. I told Alan, man, y'all let that dude put the track listing together, and he don't know no Death Row music or nothing. But y'all gonna be real disappointed at the Death Row Chronicles album that's coming out that they releasing. But anyway.
Now somebody asked.
I got the track listing.
Go ahead.
I'll send y'all the track listing so y'all can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now somebody asked another good question here about the Beats by Dre. Is it true that Suge getting his percentage from Dre, or Dre screwed him?
I hear that's what Suge been making a claim lately. I don't know if Dre lawyer pretty much told him if any lawyer bring a lawsuit against us for that, they better have some good what they said that some good insurance, something like that. So I don't think no attorney going to file that lawsuit for Suge. But once the man walked away, the man left you everything, and now you want to come back years later and say, "Oh, I still have a 20%, 30% management contract on you."
Right.
Come on.
Nah, come on, Suge. That's
and even if he does, you everybody forget when you file bankruptcy, they discharge everything. They discharge everything, and so then discharge. The court discharged it.
Okay. Now, do you see Suge and Dre ever sitting down, having that conversation one day and squashing a beef? Do you ever see that? Well, it's not a beef, a disagreement. Do you ever see that happening?
You know, I tried to have that. Jimmy Iovine was going to set that up for me.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Man, do you know how big you would be if you get this to happen? Get those two to shake hands, or squash your beef or something like that."
Mm-hmm.
But you got to remember, that nigga loved Michelle Toussaint. He loved Michelle, and she didn't want that at all.
Michelle, that must got some good motherfucking pussy.
That's what I said, or a blowjob, or something.
Good pussy or good head. That's all I'm gonna say. If she can make Suge not, squash with Dre, because that would have been money. Suge fucked up the bag
that
right
was
there.
Big back there. He could have went to Dre. That's who would have put the $10 million up. Man, I would have been on my knees calling, begging that nigga. Said, "Dog, you know what I did for you? Ooh, I promise, dog." They would have did it, but Suge pride is bigger than Jimmy. Jimmy kind of cut us off like 2000. He stopped even communicating with us like 2004, 2005.
Mm-hmm.
This little dude that runs around here named Magic is from L.A. A lot of dudes probably know Magic. He'd be pushing up on people.
Mm-hmm.
We send Magic. Well, not we. Suge send Magic to Jimmy Iovine house one day. And ever since then, Jimmy lost all respect for Suge. He wouldn't even communicate. He would make us deal with this guy named David Cohen, which is like his right hand. Jimmy wouldn't talk to us anymore after that.
Wow.
He was done. He was like done.
But
if I really believe if somehow Suge got a hold to Jimmy or Dre, and will be sincere,
they'll burn him out.
I don't know.
They might well burn him out.
Yeah. If I was still with Suge, that's who I would have went to. I would have just said, "Hey, he apologized. He said he's sorry. Whatever. He get on his knees. He give y'all a blowjob. He jerk y'all off. Whatever."
Nah, Suge ain't gonna do all that now. But let me.
I tell him that.
Oh, you tell him
that. To get out.
Okay, tell them to get out. Okay, I feel you. Now, see, people, the moral of this story, you see this, right? Don't, like a lot of you dumb motherfuckers who talk dumb shit, you don't burn bridges. You make bridges.
Yep.
You build bridges. You know what I'm saying? You never burn them down. You know, and especially on something that's a small disagreement. You know, so why not build why burn them down? Come on, now. Y'all need to chill with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me see.
Look at them. These niggas are billionaires. $10 million is nothing to them. They donate that to universities and shit that they didn't even go to.
Hell, give it away.
USC $75 million.
Hell yeah.
You never went to no USC?
$75 million. Goddamn right. He could have gave Suge that $10 million and did it as a write-off. You know what I'm saying? Man, oh man.
You just put it up. You get it back once you come from court. Where can Suge go?
Right.
Suge can't run. He's one of the most recognizable person in America.
I think Suge gonna get off. I honestly do that. I honestly believe Suge gonna get off. Free Suge Knight, everybody. Free Suge Knight. So I'm riding with Suge.
I hate for him to go to jail for that. Yeah.
Now you know what? Trip me on. Now I see. Okay. Now I see what's his name? Mop James mean when he said Suge was never a gangbanger. Suge was, and they showed that tonight. Okay, Suge attended college, played football at UNLV, and he also went pro and was signed by the San Francisco 49ers.
49ers.
Yeah.
But people don't know he played on the practice team for the Rams. He even got another shot with the Rams.
Oh, he did? Okay, not.
He was a replacement player. Mm-hmm. You remember when they had those Scav players?
Oh yeah.
He played in the Scav league. Yeah.
Okay.
He played for the Rams. That's where he met Daryl Henley and Ron Brown. Mm-hmm. For those people that really research and know about that incident, Daryl Henley and all of them. Mm-hmm. Daryl Henley and Ron Brown was deep into Death Row at the beginning. Okay. But he met them, playing football with them with the Rams.
Okay.
Daryl Henley is the guy that got caught, had the girls, the airline stewards just carrying cocaine across the Well, the cheerleaders. He had a round cheerleader carrying drugs across the state.
Yeah, lost. Yeah, he lost it all when he shot his homeboy. That was what the fuck was Suge thinking back then, man? That was crazy. What was he thinking? But hey, he was young. He was in the pros. He was getting that money. Suge, like, he was a damn good player too from the little highlights I seen, But sometimes they put them highlight reels together and make a motherfucker look good, and he ain't really that good. But was Suge really that good?
Well, he didn't make it. He was on the practice squad.
Okay.
Put it that way. Let me go back to what y'all talking about on the shot to homeboy. They was fighting over the gun.
Oh, okay.
And the gun went off.
That's what that was.
So it wasn't like he just pow. It was like a wrestle or a fight over the gun, and it went off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, okay. What? Okay, Snoop Dogg, you was there during the murder trial, right? Of Snoop's murder trial, because
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Pac was out even then too.
Yeah, Pac was out, but Pac wasn't with Death Row. Now,
Pac was on Death Row by then.
Okay, he had came. Okay, like I'm saying, in the beginning of it all, like when it first happened, you were there, right? Or you came during.
No. That's what made me come around. That's what made them get security, or at least that's how I convinced them to go with the off-duty cops, because the dude that had the gun, he was just like he was really good at karate and stuff like that. His name was Malik.
Yeah.
But he was mainly he wasn't supposed to have the gun, and he wasn't supposed to have the gun.
Now when
that's what happened.
Right. Now when you were there, right? Was what was in the what was Snoop's whole demeanor while he was just out on bond and getting ready to go through that murder trial? I mean, what was it like? Was he nervous? Was he scared? I mean, was he just Snoop Dogg?
Snoop was quiet, low key. Well, listen to Dogfather, and that'll tell you what he was talking about. He was talking about dogs on that old album. Because that's all he was on, lockdown, house arrest. Okay. That's why that Dogfather album was so terrible, because, he wasn't really hanging around. They had got him where he couldn't hang around his homeboys and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Because I don't know if y'all remember him and Big C Style, they tried to revoke his bail, where they had a little road rage or something like that, and some off-duty female cop tried to say that they pointed a gun at him or something like that. Mm-hmm. And they tried to revoke his bail, and so that's when the judges made his conditions a little more stricter when they were trying to put him in jail. Okay. Yeah, so but he was cool, smoke a lot of weed and just lay back and just he's really a cool dude, Right. He's really a cool dude, Snoop. Yeah. Just lay back, mellow dude. Especially back then, he's got a little more vocal as he got older.
Right.
But if you could tell, he was like the little youngster around.
Okay.
Initially. Okay. And then he got bigger and bigger and bigger. Once he got on that commercial with Leia Coca and all of that, he just went to another level. But beating that murder case, in my opinion, is what took him to another level. I really believe that.
Most definitely. Okay, now let me. Okay, somebody told me to ask you this. Okay, this is a good question. Somebody, J Real 504 Music told me to ask you. Okay, was Master P around the tour with Death Row in 95, 96? Because Master P claims that he got a call from Suge saying LA ain't big enough for the both of us. Is that true?
No. No, Master P didn't blow up. Ice Cream Man, when Ice Cream Man came out, is when Master P blew up. So, what was that, like 96, 97?
Yeah, that was when Death Row was going down.
Ice Cream Man,
yeah.
The shit was in jail.
Yeah.
So Master P was really beefing with me. But Master P showed us love.
Mm-hmm.
He the one at the Universal Amp. He the one that pretty much laid Snoop out when he, they had about 30 niggas. They were like 30 deep. I only had like 8 or 9 dudes with me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he kind of told, his boys. He said, hey, they got some business to handle with Snoop. Let's go. And they walked out and left Snoop there with his people.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when, Trayvon slapped Snoop. Snoop took off and ran straight to the police and got arrested for having some marijuana in his pocket at the Universal Amp.
Wait a minute, hold on. Rewind the tape. You saying that Trayvon smacked Snoop?
Yeah, we was talking to Snoop, and he was, we was telling him, hey, homie, what's up? You been talking about the homie while you in jail? Yeah, that's when he had did that song, Big Old Whale sitting in the cell, telling the tale. Little raps like that and shit like that. Okay. When he had got away with only reason you ain't got because I ain't seen the homie,
mm-hmm.
talking about Mr. and Mrs. Knight and shit. But anyway, so we went and talked to him, and I was like, what's up, Snoop? Why you dissing? Why you, what's up? Why you, being like you been, And Snoop got his mouth off a little bit. That's when Trayvon was instructed to sock him, and he socked him. And that's when those niggas took off, running like little girls.
Now, to me, I'm gonna say out of the No Limit camp, the one that was bout it to me, I would say was CMurder. Did you ever meet CMurder when CMurder was there that day? Was CMurder there?
They all were there, but like I said, Master P told them, hey, that's their beef. Let them deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And he walked away. He's like, they need to holler.
Okay.
Let them talk. Master P was like, he removed himself from the equation and his people.
Okay.
Snoop had his little LBC guys and his little crew with him. And Master P was, he being respectful because he and I had been doing business together because he and I had, brokered the deal for Snoop release. So he had a, mutual respect for us at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, hey, go ahead, y'all handle your business. Now, I'm sure he's mad today behind that because they were doing a filming. They were doing a live concert show at the Universal Amp. That got tore up after that, Police, they got shut down. People running all over the place,
Hell no.
That Universal Amp thing was crazy. It was on the news, so you historians, y'all can pull it up. Sure it's out there somewhere.
Wow. Somebody said Rolex Enterprise said Trayvon pimp slapped Snoop. LOL.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and he took off and ran. That's when that comment made when the police, somebody said something about when they asked who you think killed Tupac, and he said the man that was sitting next to him or something like that.
Yeah.
That's where that statement supposedly came from that night when Snoop got arrested for, he probably had over an ounce of weed on him when he took off and ran. Snoop was always good to have some good stuff on him.
For sure.
He's always been good for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now back to you did meet CMurder. Did you, Master P's brother? Did you ever meet him?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I saw him, but no, I didn't have any relationship with him. Only thing I know that nigga did is he took and rapped a song, one of Tupac's songs, word for word, and released it on one of his albums. He rapped it word for word.
And got away with it. Wow.
Got away with it.
And cause at the time, this is when CMurder was doing his thing, right? Tupac was gone. There was no other thug there, and CMurder, he came out and it was like he could have took that. He could have never took Tupac's place, but he could have been the next thug nigga because he was kicking some shit, but. Yeah. Master P seen CMurder, was like, wait a minute, this nigga is blowing up because he went platinum out the gate with his first album, and Master P, from my understanding, was like, let me hold him back. Let me hold him back a little bit.
Yeah. Well, shit, they were making business. Master P was the first person that, I don't know, I'm sure he owned his masters or whatever, but he had an 80-20 deal.
Yeah.
where he paid the distributor 20% and he made 80%, but he paid for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he was having that deal, so I can't see him wanting to hold somebody back because he could have made 80% or whatever CMurder made, they paid him or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they were hot then. I mean, from 98, 90, 99 to about 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's when DMX and all of them came back, because Def Jam was down, and then DMX came, you remember, shit. They only had Montel Jordan back in the, when we were hot, 95. They were dealing with LL and Montel Jordan is pretty much all that, they had.
Mm-hmm.
But then, the DMX came and saved the game. I mean,
Oh, yes.
DMX took the game to another level.
Yeah.
And then Jay-Z came right after that. And then that's when we fell off because now, Lil Flip and all of them was coming out. Now, see, the South was where we was always big at.
Mm-hmm.
We was big on the West and the South.
Right.
But then now the South was starting to build their own people. They had, and then the Cash Money crew came out and all of that. Juvenile was hot.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, nobody was checking for Death Row no more,
Oh,
and then the radio people was definitely not playing none of our music.
Mm.
And then, thank God Dre came back in 2000. Kind of brought it back over here.
Yes, he did. So now let me ask you this, okay? After when Dre came out with Eminem, right? What was Suge's demeanor when he saw Dre with this white boy and this white boy was blowing up? Suge was in prison, right? When Eminem, yeah. What was it like when he heard? Because everybody was telling him about this Great White Hope that he brought in from Detroit. What was his demeanor like on that?
I'm sure it was killing him. It was killing him. Because we were laughing when Dre was doing that ballroom dancing and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hit on the Who Been There, Who Done That and all of that. We thought Dre had lost it.
Mm-hmm.
And then so he saved Dre. Eminem saved Dre. Just like Exhibit saved Snoop.
Right.
That bitch flees. Oh my God, yeah. That came out. That was so big.
Oh, that shit was hard.
So they both because please save Snoop. But anyway.
This is what we gonna do, Rex. We chopped it up on tonight's episode. And we'll be back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, after the Chronicles, Death Row Chronicles, and we'll be back right here, right after, and we're going to talk about, that episode will be, 3 and 4. That's going to be episode 3 and 4, and we're going to be talking about that.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys later. Peace and love, 313 Live Show family. We are out of here.